subscribe this channel, hit the bell icon. Hello all my dear students, Hseb Suraj once again for you to help. Today I have brought grammar section for all of you from class 12's upper intermediate meaning into words. I would like to request all of you to watch and listen all these questions and the answers very attentively for your better understanding. I would also like to request all of you to copy all these structures displayed in the video and try to make possible guesses of these questions answers before they are displayed in the video. Unit 11, Events in Sequence. One of the important topics which is getting the order right, meaning towards class 12 SSCB NEV board. 11.4 Getting the order right. Before moving into the structures, I would like to tell you about A task and B task. Here, A represents the thing which is done at first, B represents the thing which is done at second. In a question, we have to make confirmation about A task and B task. Now, right or wrong order question confirmation for you. Examples: go to vegetable market, buy vegetables. Here in this question, go to vegetable market is first task done, whereas buy vegetables is second task done. That's why this question is in right order. Next question, pay up the bill, check the bill. Here in this question, pay up the bill is second task done, whereas check the bill is first task done. That's why this question is in wrong order. In the structures, A means first done, whereas B means second done. Example for you, wipe out feet, go to bed. Here in this question, wipe out feet is first done, whereas go to bed is second done. So this question is in right order, and the answer is right order structure. Now, next example for you, drive bike, fill up petrol. Here in this question, drive bike is second done, whereas fill up petrol is first done. So the question is in wrong order, and the answer is wrong order structure. Now, main structures for you. For right order structure, we have to use two lines. Number first line, subject plus V2 or first task done plus object plus before plus subject plus V2 or second task done plus object. Number second line, subject plus didn't V1 or second task done plus until plus subject plus had V3 or first task done plus object. Now, example for you, write a letter, post it. And the answer is he wrote a letter before he posted it. He didn't post it until he had written a letter. Now, wrong order structure for you. This order also contains two lines. Number first line, subject plus didn't V1 or first task done plus object plus before plus subject plus V2 or second task done plus object. Number second line, subject plus V2 or second task done plus before plus subject plus had V3 or first task done plus object. Now example for you, drive car, insure it. And the answer is he didn't insure the car before he drove it. He drove the car before he had insured it. Now, easiest way to learn structures. For right order, in a first line we have to use V2 V2. In a second line we have to use didn't V1 had plus V3. In the first line, we have to use A, the first task done, and B, the second task done. In the second line, we have to use B, the second task done, and A, the first task done. In the first line, we have to use before, and in the second line, we have to use until. In a short way, we can say V2 didn't V1 had V3, AB before until. Now for wrong order structure. In the first line, we use didn't V1 and V2. In the second line, we use V2 and had plus V3. In the first line, we use A, the first task done, and B, the second task done. In the second line, we use B, the second task done, and A, the first task done. In the first line, we use before, and in the second line, we use before. In short, we can say didn't V1 and V2, V2 and had plus V3, AB, BA, before. Now, questions and the answers for you. I would like to request all of you to make possible guesses of these questions answers before they are displayed in the video. Question number 1. Does the wire turn off the mains? Here in this question, does the wire is second task done, whereas turn off the mains is first task done. So this question is in wrong order. And the answer is he didn't turn off the mains before he touched the wires. He touched the wires before he had turned off the mains. Question number 2. Resigned, found another job. Here in this question, resigned is second task done, whereas found another job is first task done. So this question is in wrong order, and the answer is he didn't find another job before he resigned. He resigned the job before he had found another job. Now, question number 3. Check his change, left the shop. Here in this question, check his change is first task done, whereas left the shop is second task done. So this question is in right order, and the answer is he checked his change before he left the shop. He didn't leave the shop until he had checked his change. Question number 4. Started driving the car, insured it. Here in this question, started driving the car is second task done. Insured it is first task done. So this question is in wrong order, and the answer is he didn't insure the car before he started driving it. He started driving the car before he had insured it. Question number 5. Sign the contract, read it. Here in this question, sign the contract is second task done, whereas read it is first task done. So this question is in wrong order, and the answer is he didn't read the contract before he signed it. He signed the contract before he had read it. Question number 6. He had a good breakfast, set out. Here in this question, he had a good breakfast is first task done, whereas set out is second task done. So this question is in right order, and the answer is he had a good breakfast before he set out. He did not set out until he had had a good breakfast. Question number 7. Fastened her seat belt, drove off. Here in this question, fastened her seat belt is first task done, whereas drove off is second task done. So this question is in right order, and the answer is she fastened her seat belt before she drove off. She didn't drive off until she had fastened her seat belt. Question number 8. Bought the shoes, tried them on. Here in this question, bought the shoes is second task done, whereas tried them on is first task done. So this question is in wrong order, and the answer is He didn't try shoes on before he bought them. He bought shoes before he had tried them on. Question number 9. Wiped his feet came in. Here in this question, wiped his feet is first task done, whereas came in is second task done. So this question is in right order. And the answer is he wiped his feet before he came in. He didn't come in until he had wiped his feet. Now, workbook questions for you. Now, in upcoming questions, we have to add very wisely, very sensibly at the beginning of the answer in the matter of right order. In the similar way, we have to add stupidly, foolishly at the beginning of the answer in case of wrong order. Now, right order questions for you. Question number 1. Read the instruction, switch on the machine. Here in this question, read the instruction is first task done, whereas switch on the machine is second task done. So this question is in right order. And the answer is very sensibly he read the instruction before he switched on the machine. Very sensibly he didn't switch on the machine until he had read the instruction. Question number 2. Measure the room, order the carpet. Here in this question, measure the room is first task done, whereas order the carpet is second task done. So this question is in right order. And the answer is very wisely he measured the room before he ordered the carpet. Very wisely he didn't order the carpet until he had measured the room. Question number 3. Check his answers, leave the exam room. Here in this question, check his answers is first task done, whereas leave the exam room is second task done. So this question is in right order, and the answer is very sensibly he checked his answers before he left the exam room. Very sensibly he didn't leave the exam room until he had checked his answers. Question number 4. Have their house decorated. Put it up for sale. Here in this question, have their house decorated is first task done, whereas put it up for sale is second task done. So this question is in right order. And the answer is very wisely they had their house decorated before they put it up for sale. Very wisely, they didn't put their house up for sale until they had it decorated. Question number 5. Turn off the electric blanket. Get into bed. Here in this question, turn off the electric blanket is first task done, whereas get into bed is second task done. So this question is in right order, and the answer is wisely, he turned off the electric blanket before he got into bed. Wisely, he didn't get into bed until he had turned off the electric blanket. Now, wrong order questions for you. Question number 1. Switch on the machine. Read the instructions. So here in this question, switch on the machine is second task done, whereas read the instructions is first task done. So this question is in wrong order, and the answer is very unwisely he didn't read the instructions before he switched on the machine. Very unwisely he switched on the machine before he had read the instructions. Question number 2. Order the carpet, measure the room. Here in this question, order the carpet is second task done, whereas measure the room is first task done. So this question is in wrong order, and the answer is Stupidly, he didn't measure the room before he ordered the carpet. Stupidly, he ordered the carpet before he had measured the room. Question number 3. Leave the exam room, check his answers. Here in this question, leave the exam room is second task done, whereas check his answers is first task done. So this question is in wrong order, and the answer is foolishly he didn't check his answers before he left the exam room. Foolishly he left the exam room before he had checked his answers. Question number 4. Put house up for sale, have their house decorated. Here in this question, put house up for sale is second task done, whereas have their house decorated is first task done. So this question is in wrong order, and the answer is very stupidly they didn't have their house decorated before they put it up for sale. Very stupidly, they put their house up for sale before they had it decorated. Question number 5. Get into bed, turn off the electric blanket. Here in this question, get into bed is second task done, whereas turn off the electric blanket is first task done. So this question is in wrong order, and the answer is very unwisely, he didn't turn off the electric blanket before he got into bed. Very unwisely, he got into bed before he had turned off the electric blanket. Now, questions for you to practice at home. Question number 1. Set out for long tour. Check petrol in bike. This question is in wrong order. Question number 2. Switch off the mains. Change the bulb. This question is in right order. Question number 3. Read the questions. Answer the questions. This question is in right order. Question number 4. Propose the girl. Like the girl. This question is in wrong order. Question number 5. Check the bill. Pay the bill. This question is in right order. Question number 6. Go to school, check homework. This question is in wrong order. Question number 7. Read out informations, act accordingly. This question is in right order. Question number 8. Ask questions, teach the students. This question is in wrong order. Question number 9. Reply the messages, read the messages. This question is in wrong order. Question number 10. Drink something, order it. This question is in wrong order.